and I look over everything that might come up in the meeting. And I look for, how we are supposed to conduct the meeting based on all of the items of business that are coming up. And I offer advice to the chair and the assembly as we go along through the procedure. Now, in this situation, which is one of the common ways that a parliamentarian is engaged, I've been hired by uh, a number of members inside the organization, not the organization itself, but a number of concerned members want to better understand how parliamentary law works, specifically with actions that they would like to take. So, whether I'm working in that capacity or as the official parliamentarian for the organization, the answers to the questions that I get are still going to be the same. And this is a distinction where we're used to the attorney, and a parliamentarian is very different than an attorney because an attorney is always just an attorney takes what it is that you want to do and then tries to find a way to defend that and fight against everybody else. And, it makes sense. You don't want to go into court with an attorney who says to the judge, yeah, I think my client is guilty. You want an attorney that defends you no matter what. Now, a parliamentarian is different. A parliamentarian looks at the rules objectively and determines what the proper reading of those rules are and what members' rights are and concern with those rules. So, no matter which side, let's say, hires me, the answer is always going to be the same. So how does that benefit you when you hire a parliamentarian? Well, the thing is, I'm not going to hide from you the bad news, to just try to support your side. I'm going to let you know in advance. Oh yeah, if you try to do this, this isn't going to work, or you don't have enough votes to accomplish this. That way you can prepare appropriately. So as we go forward, I'm always looking at, what is the objective parliamentary truth in this situation. And what we're looking at here, and this is something members should really take to here, this concept of the will of the assembly, because what runs parliamentary law is the will of the assembly. So if I show up in an organization, and almost always as the parliamentarian, I have no skin in the game. It doesn't matter to me if the vote goes this way or that way. What matters to me is that the vote is fair and the procedure protects the rights of members in the process. Then, if it's an accurate vote and it represents the will of the assembly in accordance with the rules, then that's fine with me. I've done my job as a parliamentarian. So that's what we're looking to do. Make sure that first off, you're aware of that concept of the will of the assembly. What the true crime in parliamentary law is when the will of the assembly is thwarted through some trickery or through some tactic. So we want to completely prevent that. We want to get everything out in the open, perfectly comfortable with anybody on any side of any issue expressing their thoughts through debate and expressing their opinion through their vote. But it's not okay in parliamentary law, and as a parliamentarian, this is what we look for, violating the rules to try to suppress the rights of other members. So that's something that is simply not fair, and so that's what we're looking to avoid and want to empower all of you here on this call, and hopefully the movement grows there, because to me, as a parliamentarian, this is not a movement about accomplishing some certain item of business inside your organization. It's about increasing membership awareness and their ability to express their voices, to have their votes counted, and understand their rights as members. So the more we can get out there and let people know what their rights are, the better. So that all, ties back into the will of the assembly. We want to make sure the will of the assembly is not thwarted, but that it is actually represented by the actions of the society.